17 is the number shown here. The future of intelligent agents begins with a simple question. How do systems change when they can improve themselves, organize with one another, and move into new physical settings? Intelligence is often measured by adaptability. A system is more intelligent when it can respond to new conditions by changing its behavior. This idea is commonly attributed to Albert Einstein. The earlier chapters established agents that perceive, reason, plan, act, and learn. From that foundation, the next questions are whether agents can redesign themselves, form societies, internalize ethics, and expand. The discussion now moves in two directions: emerging technical frontiers and the practical work of turning those frontiers into implementation plans. One part focuses on emerging paradigms, where the technical frontiers are mapped and examined. The other part turns those frontiers into strategy, using roadmaps, skills, metrics, and partnerships to guide action. Generative AI is moving beyond static applications towards systems that can adapt, coordinate, and act with greater autonomy. This shift extends modular design, evaluation, and reliability into more dynamic settings, where agents develop capabilities, interact in complex environments, and take on new forms of intelligence and embodiment. Autonomous agents are moving beyond simple adaptation. The next step is systems that can evolve their own architectures, strategies, and objectives. Current learning agents improve through experience, sensing, critique, planning, and feedback. The next frontier adds three deeper changes: structural, metacognitive, and evolutionary. Structurally, future agents may redesign their own reasoning pipelines instead of only tuning weights or prompts. They could swap planning modules, memory backends, and tool interfaces as conditions change. This metacognitive agents build explicit models of what they know, what they can do, and where their limits are. That improves delegation, makes confidence communication more accurate, and supports better collaboration. Evolutionary methods add a third path. Genetic algorithms and neuroevolution let populations of agents explore many strategies at once. Differentiable architecture search has already found topologies that outperform human design ones. These systems need new infrastructure. A practical pattern is an architecture registry, a centralized catalog of validated reasoning modules, memory backends, tool adapters, and communication protocols. It narrows the search. Agent societies are the next step beyond hand-designed teams. Instead of fixed roles and protocols, structure can emerge from the agent's own interactions. Engineered multi-agent teams already beat single agents on complex tasks when humans specify roles and coordination rules. The more ambitious idea is a society where no central controller assigns structure and organization arises from interaction. This shift matches complex adaptive systems. Large-scale patterns can emerge from many small interactions without centralized control. Diversity helps only when errors are not too correlated. Interactions are structured to turn differences into collaboration, and repeated exchange lets positions improve over time. The Groot consensus shows beliefs converging through repeated weighted averaging, while real societies can change influence weights with context and track record. Mechanism design aligns incentives with collective welfare, and norms can emerge when rule-following agents earn higher payoffs. Agent societies may also develop spontaneous specialization, much like division of labor in economics. With shared reputation, agents can drift toward roles where they have comparative advantage without central assignment. Practical systems may use reputation ledgers, coalition protocols with quality guarantees, and stigmergic coordination through metadata markers on shared resources. As agents become more autonomous and more involved in consequential decisions, governance has to move inward. Instead of relying only on outside oversight, the agent itself needs mechanisms that keep. The key idea is that governance must scale with the agent's own power. Self-modifying systems cannot depend only on fixed external checks, because their behavior can change over time, and one foundation is to build value alignment directly into the decision process using lexicographic preference ordering. That means the agent optimizes the highest priority value first, then considers lower priority goals only. 3 practical mechanisms extend this approach. Continuous ethical monitoring replaces periodic audits by tracking fairness, transparency, safety, and compliance in real time. An ethical circuit breaker responds to violations in multi-agent settings. Governance becomes distributed too. A peer audit system randomly assigns agents to review another agent's recent decisions against constitutional principles, while immutable version history and rollback provide. Agent embodiment is expanding from software into physical systems, and that changes both capability and safety. Robotics foundation models learn general physical interaction from diverse sensor motor data, so they can generalize to new objects and instructions. But because traditional certification assumes fixed tasks and environments, these systems need layered safety, a high-level model for planning, and a verified low-level controller for collision avoidance, force limits, and workspace boundaries. Robotics foundation models are promising because they work like general-purpose learners for physical action, much as large language models learn broad language representations from text. Systems such as RT2 show that training on diverse manipulation data can produce robots that handle unfamiliar objects and instructions. The safety challenge is that these models are too flexible for task-by-task certification, so hard limits must come from a separate controller with formally verified properties. At micro and nano scales, the governing physics shifts towards stochastic thermodynamics. Brownian motion adds randomness that makes fully deterministic planning impossible. That is why medical uses such as targeted drug delivery, minimally invasive surgery, and in-body diagnostics are central goals. The control structure still uses perception action loops and hierarchy, but severe power and bandwidth limits rule out cloud-based inference. Embodiment also reaches environmental and infrastructure systems at planetary scale. Agricultural fleets can combine drone inspection, soil sensors, weather data, and automated irrigation, while climate monitoring. Agents synthesize satellite, ocean, and atmospheric information. Even at that scale, the same core ideas still apply: distributed sensing, collective estimation, and knowledge synthesis across domains. These architectures borrow from biology in a limited way. The main opportunity is to close 3 gaps between current systems and brain-like computation. The common loop of perception, reasoning, planning, action, and learning resembles how biological brains process information. But the borrowing has been shallow, and improving it is a major opportunity. Neuromorphic computing uses hardware inspired by biological neural networks. Chips such as Intel's Loihi 2 and IBM's North Pole use spiking neural networks, which process information through discrete events instead of predictive processing, also called active inference under the free energy principle, treats the agent as a system that constantly predicts sensory input and reduces surprise. It minimizes variational free energy. Episodic memory is the third frontier. Biological memory combines a fast hippocampal system for specific episodes with a slower neocortical system for regularities. Current agents lack that consolidation step, but memory consolidation is the process behind this idea. It is the bridge from short-lived episodes to durable knowledge. In 1994, neurons recorded in a rat's hippocampus replayed the same maze sequences during sleep, compressed into sharp wave ripples. That replay was not just a passive echo, it actively transferred. A scheduled batch job that reviews episodes, extracts patterns, updates semantic memory, and prunes consolidated memories is a computational analog of that sleeping replay. In that sense, the agents are a practical path starts with memory consolidation because it is useful and needs little infrastructure change. Predictive processing comes next, since it improves robustness but requires architectural changes. Neuromorphic hardware. Turning agent-based systems into organizational value takes more than technical ability. It requires a deliberate strategy, structured adoption, and close alignment with business goals. At scale, implementation means building capability roadmaps, developing the right skills, measuring impact, and redefining how humans and agents work together in practice. Agent capability roadmaps usually start with a clear progression from simple automation to more advanced autonomy. The key is to build reliable foundations before adding complexity. The crawl phase automates well-understood, high-volume tasks and builds the basics underneath them: observability pipelines, evaluation frameworks, and governance processes. The walk phase adds planning agents for workflows with several. 3 organizational patterns work well. A center of excellence creates shared infrastructure, such as fairness monitoring, explanation frameworks, and compliance templates, which lowers ethical overhead for later agents. An embedded. Building skills for agentic systems calls for a different mindset than traditional software engineering, because the work centers on autonomous behavior, changing state, and decisions over time. This shift is like moving from procedural programming to object-oriented programming. Instead of fixed input-output logic, engineers work with systems that perceive, reason, plan, act, and learn. The challenge is shaping behavior in uncertain conditions. The core competencies are prompt engineering, cognitive architecture design, multi-agent orchestration, tool integration, memory systems, and observability for non-deterministic systems. A practical curriculum moves from single-agent fundamentals to cognitive architectures, then to multi-agent coordination, and finally to deployment ethics. The sequence matters. Build before you orchestrate, and orchestrate before you govern. Agent-based systems create organizational value by turning repeated work into reliable, scalable processes that improve output and let a small team do more. One insurance workflow showed this in practice. Thousands of policies were processed each day with 99.9% accuracy turnaround. Dropped from hours to under 15 minutes, and the system produced more than $30,000 in monthly recurring revenue. This value appears in 4 ways. Automation improves operational efficiency. Tireless attention to detail raises quality. Agent systems expand capability into services that would be too costly for only human labor, and they turn individual expertise into lasting institutional capability. Measuring return on investment starts with cost savings, but the bigger question is how the system creates lasting value and changes over time. The simplest measure is direct cost savings, fewer labor hours, minus the infrastructure costs needed to run the system. That gives a clear baseline, but it does not capture the one strategic dimension: is revenue enablement. This is the value created when the system opens new products or markets, such as multilingual support that would otherwise require too much staffing. Another dimension is risk reduction, which measures avoided harm. Preventing even one major bias incident can justify years of responsible AI investment. The most important metric is improvement velocity, how quickly the system gets better over time. When organizations invest in learning infrastructure, the gains compound instead of staying flat like traditional. Human and artificial intelligence are moving from a supervisor model toward a partnership model. That shift changes what people do best and where agents add the most value. In the current setup, humans mainly supervise and handle exceptions. That works, but it creates a problem. As agents become more capable, the remaining human decisions are the hardest, and the next model is collaboration based on comparative advantage. Humans are stronger in contextual judgment, ethical reasoning, and creative insight. Agents are stronger in sustained attention, consistency, and exhaustive search. The most effective systems already adjust the level of collaboration. Simple tasks can be handled autonomously. Complex tasks can move into joint analysis, and high-stakes decisions can be escalated with. The big picture is both technical and strategic. Future systems may evolve their own architectures, form agent societies, govern themselves internally, embody intelligence at many scales, and model cognition more. At the same time, the practical response is straightforward: map the capabilities you need, build up your people, track the outcomes that matter, and design systems to work with humans. The central idea tying everything together is that intelligent agents do not replace human intelligence. They make it stronger, extending what people can do more powerfully than any tool before. Get this book's PDF version and exclusive extras. Scan the QR code or go to packpub.com/unlock. Search for this book by name, confirm the edition, and follow the steps on the page. Keep your invoice handy if you bought the book elsewhere. Direct purchases from Pact do not require one.